everybody. This is Charmaine Miller, your running partner on this journey of continual learning and personal growth. Now, since we met last week, I'm wondering, have you been maintaining a positive perspective? Have you been intentional with practicing positivity, by thinking, seeing, and doing positive things? Have you been taking time to pause? Pause so that you can reflect, smile, and even laugh during those circumstances that, normally take you down a negative street? If you are still battling with it, today I want to offer you 2 more simple action steps to help you with this. But before I do, I just want to make sure you know why having this kind of perspective is important. You see, when we are clear on the why, then the how is immaterial because we find a way to make it happen. Now let's begin with noting that remaining positive at work means you stress less. And this means that you will find, you will tend to find yourself more healthier. Stress, worry, negativity, it brings on a host of ailments, including fatigue, depression, hypertension, and trust me, this is supported by research. So don't feel as though you're just doing your colleagues a favor when you choose to be positive, You're helping yourself out big time to your health, man. Now, also, you can consider a positive perspective as a good form of job security. Think about it. Who would an organization let go of first if they have to downsize? That's right, the negative troublemakers who do nothing but complain and remain. Displaying a good attitude increases your chances of promotion even. I could go on with a longer list of benefits of, why you should maintain a positive attitude, but the 2 I just gave you touch on 2 important areas: your health and your wealth. These 2 alone should be incentive enough, So just remember that your attitude is a form of expression of yourself. So ask yourself, what version of me do I want to be known for? Good question. Now on to the tips for today. These 2 P's are drawn from an experience I had just this morning. You see, I live near the beach, and because of a recent storm surge we just had, the route that I take to drop my children to school was negatively impacted by the waves that brought loads of sand and seawater onto the road. Now, this meant one thing: traffic, traffic, traffic. When I saw the extended line of crawling vehicles, I tried an alternative route, only to find that was even worse than the one I was on before. Now, if that wasn't enough, my son leaned over and said, "Oh, Mom, I have an art test this morning too." Say what? I quickly called my hubby, who, after offering me another route that I should try, he said, "You know what, honey? Just relax. Enjoy the sunshine as you drive. The children will get to school when they get there." I just, I figured, let me listen to that. That's good wisdom. I did just that. And I listened to a very inspirational podcast the rest of the way. My hubby's words reminded me of the quote that says, a negative thinker sees the difficulty in every opportunity, while a positive thinker sees the opportunity in every difficulty. Which one are you? Now, when we arrived in the front of the school gate, my 6-year-old daughter said, "Mommy, aren't you glad we reached the school?" I smiled and I agreed with her. I even told her thanks for helping me to choose a positive response. This morning's encounters brings 2 really important action steps to mind that will help us with succeeding at work and life in terms of being positive. The 2 P's to add to your repertoire are practice and, actually we did practice and pause last time, but I want to give you pick and praise. Now, I could have very well said selective attention and positive affirmation, but I'm always admonished to keep it simple, sweetie. Yeah, the KISS principle. Well, furthermore, wisdom is more in the simplicity than in the complexities of life anyway. So pick. By pick, I mean choose the right things to focus on. You can't take on everything, and you shouldn't. You might have several things going wrong at once, and sometimes that happens, but you can choose what you will tackle. When we start trying to rectify everything, we become overwhelmed. And trust me, the negativity, all it does is pours right in. Now, I could have chosen to keep taking alternative routes, zigzagging all over the place, and that would have only had me deeper in traffic and perhaps even more frustrated. I could have even fret over whether or not my son would miss part of his exam, but what good would that have done, huh? But I chose instead to focus on enjoying the journey. And guess what? We learned that the exam was scheduled for later in the morning, so he wouldn't miss a thing. So streamline your focus and pick or take in one bite at a time. Praise, our second point. In the midst of negative situations, find a reason to affirm something positive. Now, in my instance this morning, it came from my daughter, who didn't say, "Oh, we finally made it to school." Instead, she praised the fact that we had arrived safely. Amazing, huh? Speak the positive and praise a little. Listen, the words you speak become the house you live in. So why not speak positive words? Now, my friends, if you want to change your experience, you've got to change your perspective. You can't have a good day with a bad attitude. And the converse is also true. You can't have a bad day with a good attitude, too. So let's keep training our minds to see the good in every situation. Endeavor to pick the issues you should focus on or deal with, then remember to praise the good in people and in situations. I leave you with this reminder that everything changes once you change. So keep working on you. The answer lies in your perspective. Now, if you found this video helpful, please take a few seconds to share it with a coworker or a friend. If you haven't done so as yet, go over to our YouTube channel, Proactive Skill Developers. Go ahead and subscribe to it. We always appreciate hearing from you, so while you're there, leave a comment and let us know what you're doing to keep positive. In the meantime, let's choose to keep learning and growing, because what we learn becomes a part of who we are. And like Einstein said, once we stop learning, we start dying. So, never stop learning, my friend, because life, as you know, never stops teaching. Until next time, to your success.